One.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live tonight. Come on in. We're going to wait for all the people to come on in. We're also going to wait for our Instagram to catch up and go live as well. And I'm going to fix my lights.
And we're waiting for our special guests because lucky for you guys, you don't have to only listen to Josh and I tonight. But yeah, we were trying to fix his lighting because it was terrible. You would think as much as he's on TV, he might know how to work a light or two, but apparently not. So
okay, well, yeah. So I'm in New York this week and working on some projects. So I'm not at my home studio, but I could not miss a chance to hang out with all you guys tonight. So excited to be here, excited to be with all of you. And what are we talking about tonight, Peyton? What's the topic of discussion?
So I'm in our special studio here, so I cannot see the title of what we're talking about. But what we are talking about is, the importance of social media in the modeling world. I think actually the title is Modeling in the Social Media Business. As you know, I don't know if we said live, so it might not be a surprise, but I'm going to say it anyway. So tonight we have Liane, the big influencer, who's coming on. And so Liane is
Mr. Don Benjamin, too. You got to say both of them. We got both of them tonight.
Liane V is the one we have scheduled. Don is also joining. Thanks. But anyway, why we have Liane that's coming out to Los Angeles next week for our event. She's doing a special workshop for some of the clients. It's a little bit more hands-on than some of our other workshops. And so we just thought it would be a good idea to have her come on, maybe talk about a little bit about what she's going to be doing next week, but also, talk about the industry.
Yeah, and all the projects that she's been working on, like social media wise, because I know that we have a lot of people interested in social media influencing, brand development, which I just got a brand today. I'll be shooting for Boost T-Mobile. Thank you very much. I'm the only one laughing. Okay, so, but yes, we're going to talk about brand deals, social media, how to brand yourself, how to grow your social media. And really, this is going to be like a Q&A, questions, anything that, any topics that you guys might have for Dawn and Liane, anything modeling, anything entertainment, and anything social media. So it's going to be an exciting one. So feel free to ask questions, engage. We have a lot of people from all over the world on this live tonight. We have some people from Australia. We have some people from the UK, the EU, and all over the US and Canada. So we got a lot going on. Don't you think, Mr. Payton?
There's always a lot going on. I'm literally sitting in the same exact clothes that I went to Pilates in this morning, and I'm starting to question some of my decisions because this is the second time that this has happened to me in a month, and that's not normal.
Wow, you need to take a shower. Well, let's stop. Let's stop the people from waiting, and let's have our special guest come on, guys. We have Mr. Don Benjamin and Liane in the house with us. What's up, guys?
What's up? How are you?
How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you, Liane. You look beautiful.
Thank you. You guys look nice as well.
Yeah, Don, you look good.
Even though you had your yoga clothes on, you look fresh.
I'm literally in gym clothes right now. The same ones I started my day in.
At least you worked out today.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm Peyton's in Austin. I'm in New York this week, and Don and Liane, well, they out on the West Coast. So I was letting everybody know we have a lot of people in the room tonight. People are joining from all over the world, Australia, the EU, some Paris people, Canada, and then all over the US. So I'm excited. I know that people are excited to talk to you guys. And really, I think we just want to talk pick your brain and talk about social media, how the both of you created an empire really out of all of this, because you have. And let's not discount it. It's very hard. Like, you guys are shooting content all the time. And it's a full-time job, right? At this point,
It really
for both
is.
of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
It
yeah,
really
facts.
is.
I mean, we purchased like 99% of our followers. We bought like millions of followers, and then
You could do that route, but we
Oh,
didn't
so
have
that's why Josh did that. Got
No,
it.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that. So before I shot the shows, I was like, people are hitting me up to like, hey, let's buy followers and boost your Instagram and do this, right? And I did do that before the show. Like, I was like, dude, I need some followers. And then I got on the show, and it like worked against me, because as I was gaining those followers from the show, all the other ones were just dropping off. So I was like staying at the same number for the longest time. And then
hilarious.
then it finally caught up and actually
at
grew.
least now it's all real followers, so you're
Yep,
good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd like to see the data that you lost fake followers and not actual followers.
Oh, trust me, Mr. Payton. It is. Let me tell you, I know what's going on over here. So, So, what we want to do is we're going to take some questions and some answers, and we really want to know like what projects you guys are working on too. Like, what do you have in the works? What's in development? You have any special brands? I know that you guys are constantly shooting, so. I mean, let's start with like that. Like, what's new in your guys' world?
We're working on multiple projects. I mean, me and Don have our individual things that we have going on, and we have projects that we do together. For me, I focus a lot in the beauty and fashion space. I work a lot in the creative space with social media on our accounts, for multiple accounts that we have. So it's like we kind of split the responsibilities of what we have for each other with certain projects that we have our strengths. And, Don is really great also with like
following directions.
Yeah, that. And I'm good at giving directions. Long story short. But I'm very hands-on with a lot of our projects, the colors of our outfits, and like what videos we're gonna shoot, what songs are trending, the ideas that we can do for the holidays. Like, it's like constant thinking about strategy and putting out the right content that's relatable, and also viral content that people can enjoy, for whatever's happening right now. Like, say
she goes crazy on the creative side. I'll handle like the business side of things.
Yes.
And then of course, I got my movies that I'm doing. Got a movie coming out, and actually in the Abu Dhabi, Dubai, the whole Middle
exciting.
East next month. And then got a couple movies coming out next year. So, you know how it is.
Movies and films, and writing a bunch of scripts, and just constantly creating. I feel that's what we're up to, and projects we're working on.
Every form of creation. Yeah, we have our Benjamin brand that we're working on. Like, got some great products coming out that we're excited about. So
yeah, I mean, I love having conversations with you, Don. When we're talking at the house, just about brainstorming ideas. What can we do? What can we create? Like, those are great. And a little tidbit about Liane and following direction. One time, pretty recent, we went to Chanel West Coast's launch party for her MTV show, and Dawn couldn't make it, but Liane was there, and so then she was telling me to do something, and she was telling me like 5 different things at one time, and I was like, wait, what? I got a little overwhelmed.
I totally forgot what I said, but yeah,
that sounds about right.
Maybe the light and the angle.
Hold this light and turn to the left and get down and grab it.
The light this way, you turn this way and face forward. So I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was so confused. I was like, damn. I was like, sheesh. Okay, wait. I don't want to do it wrong. All right. So and you still have the journals as well that kind of help out through your days as well. So
information journals. I launched it's called 7 a.m. 7 Affirmations and Manifestation Journal. It's just pretty much a journal you write every single day. Your affirmations, I have my favorite Bible verses on there. It's very uplifting, and it's a great way to start your day. And I feel like that's what really helped me focus and stay determined and stay motivated, because in the industry, there's so many distractions. There's so much things that can discourage you. So it's really important to work on your mental health. And I felt like launching something like that was really helpful for me. So I wanted to help others in that direction as well. And I have a Positivity 101 book that has affirmations and messages, positive daily affirmations and messages. So it's like I'm all about positivity and just uplifting others. And Don also has a book out that he launched.
Got my book, My Truth, bestseller, #1.
Jealous. It's a no.
Jealous.
That's so funny.
You know what we really need though is I really need to get one of those positivity books for Peyton. I really need him to read the positivity ones, like affirmations. I need him to start reading those, because I think he has I think he has the book of negativity. I'm not sure, but he needs to start reading the right one.
Is it constructive criticism?
Well, like, believe it or not, like, Josh doesn't know this, but I'm probably like one of the most like positive people. But when I'm realistic. And unfortunately, he doesn't live in reality, so he hears a lot of the, things that he thinks are negative.
Who wants to live in reality? Come on, that's boring. All right. So what we want to do is we want to talk about, any questions that on anybody's minds that's joining this live, anything social media, anything entertainment, modeling. Don was on America's Next Top Model. He models as well, some major brands. So we want to make this like an informational thing. So any questions that anybody has, like ask away. And we're going to be answering a lot of those questions. So we're excited. Don and Liane are coming to the October.
Next week.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm like, it's next week.
Next week.
It is. It sure is. It's gonna be. It's busy. We're in crunch time over here getting the event together.
Time is going.
I know it's been crazy, but we have some people that are coming to the event that are excited to work with you guys, and you're going to be putting on a little bit like a little tutorial or a course, I guess, when you guys come out. So they're very excited for that. All right, so let's get into some questions for you guys, and let's talk it. Okay, how about this? So Liane, I'll ask the question here. A question I have is it that important to have a big social media following? I have wishy-washy followers who don't really support.
I don't want to say big. I feel like if you have a solid audience, because what's interesting now is a lot of major brands are very much interested in micro-influencers that have 10,000 to 50,000 followers, and they're real engaging followers. So it's not about just how many followers. Even if you have 50 million, and sometimes they don't convert to sales or they don't support. So it just really depends. It's just the audience that you have that supports you truly, more so than just the amount of followers you have.
Okay, good. The engagement. Yes. Peyton, you want to take the next question?
Sure. So is it best to work independently before we even answer that question, because I want to kind of make this flow a little bit, I have my own question real quick. So the last time we were all on here speaking, I think that you guys were saying that y'all were starting to lean into YouTube a little bit more. And so like, what's kind of like, what are you seeing in the platforms right now? What's doing what? Is anything kind of like new happening now that wasn't happening? I guess it would have been around March is the last time that we did this. So what's changed in just that short amount of time, in your opinion?
I think we've gained a couple more million followers since then on YouTube.
Well, that's good.
Honestly, the thing is like what we try to focus on, because we do a lot more short form content, and we'll focus on content that could live on all platforms, right? So we're not stretching ourselves beyond means, and we'll create content that we can put on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. And sometimes it may perform better on other platforms than others. But what the good thing about YouTube is you can monetize on YouTube, right? So if I do a video on YouTube that does 1 million views on YouTube, I'm gonna make some money on that. On Instagram and on TikTok has a program where you can make some money, but it doesn't pay as well as YouTube. But Instagram, you're not making anything no matter how many millions of views you do, right? So YouTube is the best platform to really monetize your content. Instagram, of course, is one of the more popular profiles because a lot of people are on it. You can do more brand partnerships on there. And then TikTok, you can grow sometimes a lot faster.
A lot of items on TikTok Shop.
You can sell products right on TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop. You can sell items. So it's like every platform has its pros, right? But if you focus on creating content that can live on all of them, then you don't overwhelm yourself, right? And then you're like, okay, well, I can create some content that I can spread across all these platforms, and then one of them is going to go, or maybe they all go, but now you're doing stuff for everything.
Okay. So I'll ask the question then, is it best to work independently or have an agent through this process? This would be for the both of you.
You always, agents are always going to help you. Like, you can only do so much on your own, right? Everybody needs a team to get to the next level. And the higher up you get, the more people you got to add to your team. I mean, me, for example, we have a social media agency. I have an acting agency. I have a modeling agency. I have an acting manager. You have to have multiple things because you only have so much reach, right? Like, for example, if you don't have any representation, then your only deals are what's coming to you, right? But if you have an agent, they can go out and reach out to other brands on your behalf. You have somebody speaking for you, which also looks better than you just speaking for yourself. So it's always better to have an agent, a manager, to have a team that is pushing you, that can reach outside of your network, right? To bring you more opportunities.
Okay. And go ahead, Peyton. You want to read the next one?
I can do it. I like these very direct questions like this. So basically the question is, I would like to know a way of monetizing your Instagram account. She's speaking of her own. She says she has about 36,000 followers and she needs to start to monetize. And I think that this account is a themed account or a theme page, whatever that means, if that means anything to you. Maybe you can clarify what a theme page is, but how about in general, we talk about you have 36,000 followers. What are some ideas to start monetizing that account?
Want me to go?
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you can do is, for us, you focus on what your content is, right? So at 36,000 followers, I'm going to try to figure out what brands I can partner with. For example, if I'm drinking tea every day, maybe I can do some outreach to my favorite tea and see if there's a collaboration I can do. But the biggest thing that I think people under 100,000 followers, even over 100,000, but the biggest thing that you can do to monetize your page is affiliate programs, which is they have affiliate programs on Amazon. You got affiliate programs. There's a lot of brands that affiliate. What's the
like when I
TLK or
LTK.
LTK. So you can post your whatever clothes you're wearing. You can tag it on LTK, and people can purchase directly from whatever you're wearing, and you get percentages. So there's a lot of affiliate programs for people in that range of 10,000 followers to 100,000 to really monetize their following.
And also a little tip, a good tip for creators that are interested in brands that whatever beauty brands or fashion brands, even just purchase the items or look in your closet and see what items you have from the brand that you love, and just tag them in the videos that you post so that they can see your videos. And then even makeup videos, I tag all of the makeup brands, and that'll just it'll get their attention. If you just be consistent with it, they see you posting, they're organically using their products, and that makes them want to work with you.
Well, maybe I'll start tagging some products, see what happens.
Tag Louis Vuitton and Gucci and
yeah. I just got a Boost Mobile campaign.
There you
So
go.
I'm excited.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and probably the contract says don't tell anybody about this until you do it. But anyway,
Only
we'll
we
maybe
know.
edit that out.
He's always worried about the contracts I sign.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
somebody needs to be.
Okay. So I'm going to follow up on that question for you guys. So how would somebody with less than 2K followers go about that? I engage and I post, but I don't have supportive followers.
Consistency.
It's really consistency. When we first started out, because everybody starts with zero, right? In my mind, when I first started Instagram, a friend of mine told me that they were like, yo, you can get free clothes if you post about it once you get a certain amount of followers. I think he was saying like if I reach 10,000 followers, right? So in my mind, my goal was let me create the content and stay consistent with this content until I hit that 10K mark. So if you have under 2K followers, you have to start posting consistently with that goal in your mind of how many followers you want to reach, right? And I know people. We have friends I feel like that have under 2,000 followers that are doing affiliate programs, because at the end of the day, if you have an affiliate program and you're posting products, the 2,000 people that are following you may see what you're wearing or using and like that and buy it. So you may not make a ton of revenue right away, but you'll start to build and grow. And as your followers grow, your network grows, right? So I think you can't focus on, oh, I only have 2,000 followers. Instead, just focus on getting to that next marker point, whether it's 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, and then figure out how you have to stay consistent with whatever that content is that you're doing that's going to get you to that point.
Yeah.
And that's tough. That's tough.
That's the toughest part. That's the toughest part.
You know, I think the best goal you can put to give yourself, because sometimes we overwhelm ourselves with so many to-dos, give yourself an easy schedule where it's like, okay, Mondays I'm going to post on Mondays, Fridays I'm going to post a photo. Like, give yourself a realistic goal, and then as you can be consistent with that, then you add another day.
Like for example, me and Liane, we have millions of followers on all of our platforms, right? We were trying so hard to grow a following on YouTube. We were posting long form consistently, and one day we were like, you know what, we're gonna start to post short form content on YouTube, because we heard that YouTube pushes short form content a little bit more nowadays. So I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post every single day, or no, what I did every other day on YouTube. So it was like 4 days a week on YouTube, and I said I'm gonna give us a whole entire year of posting every other day on YouTube. So that means we had to shoot a ton of content and use, we had some old content, but every other day I posted on YouTube for an entire year. And within that year, we went from, I think we had like 100,000 followers that we amassed over a few years of doing long form. And then within that year, we went from 100,000 to 1 million followers. Wow. Just within like less than a year. I think it took like 6 to 8 months. I gave ourselves the year goal, but I think within like 6 to 8 months, we hit that 1 million mark. So,
because then you get in the algorithm,
and now we're coming up on like 2.2 million. But yeah, like consistency is key, and give yourself time. I think we're in a time right now where everybody wants everything to happen overnight, and they don't realize that it takes time to really like reach these levels, right? Like, we have millions of followers, but we've been doing social media since 2012. Since 2012, since 2011. So
since social media started, you've been doing it.
I've been doing it since it was Black Planet and MySpace days, just to age myself, So it takes time. You got to stay consistent with these things. And the issue is a lot of people, they give up too soon. You know what I mean? You just got to stay consistent and keep your eyes on that end goal.
Okay. So let's get back into these here. Hi there. I'm walking in the March 2025 preview model show, and I was wondering, what is the best thing to focus on to prepare for the big 4-day production as a model who's wanting to be signed? So Peyton, I'm going to let you take this, and then we'll kind of give maybe some pointers from Dawn as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since you're already signed up to come to the March 2025 production, and that's a ways away.
Congratulations.
Biggest recommendation is to read your emails, because everything in that is going to have, all of the announcements for all of the live sessions that we're going to be doing, as well as some of kind of our like, do-it-yourself videos that help you be prepared as possible for the event. But other than that, I mean, educate yourself. Like I said, listen to, the videos and the lives that we have for you. Like when we do things like this, which luckily is recorded, come on and watch it, because, Don and Liane may say, one thing in this whole entire hour that is going to, be a game changer for you, but, you needed to hear that. So listen, but I'm no model, so let's ask Don what he would do to prepare himself, to be in front of, multiple agencies for the very first time after, trying to get into the industry on your own.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll tell y'all what I did to prepare myself for America's Next Top Model, which, I was in a room full of about, I think it was like 3,000 or something different so-called models trying to get on the show. But what I did prior to that was, I was studying magazines. I was looking at what working models were doing, what type of poses they were doing. I was learning how to walk a runway so that I didn't look crazy when I was trying to walk. I was practicing a walk. I was, in the mirror looking at my, getting used to my body posing and seeing how I feel comfortable posing and doing things with my hands and just studying, right? Because it's still a craft. Modeling is still a craft, and it still takes practice to get comfortable with our bodies, So I would say magazines, go on YouTube, look at different runway shows and walk in your living room like you're on the runway. I would say, ask a friend to take pictures of you on their iPhone and get comfortable doing different poses, things like that, to really just prepare yourself so that you're comfortable when you step into that room.
Yeah. And I feel like we do an amazing job at preparing talent for the industry. Like that's what I feel that we're best at. That's what Preview Models is really good at, is preparation to actually understand what you're getting into, working with people, that are in the business. So, that you're learning, you're getting all that knowledge, and then you're going to meet with those agencies, and like you're figuring out the process of what works for you. So that's why we're around. Yeah. And all those things that Don is saying that, you need to do to prepare yourself, Preview Models does. We're going to send, weekly video tutorials from agencies, from celebrities, top models. So it's become a really cool process, and we're going worldwide with it. So it's working. It's working. That's what it means.
Yeah. Y'all look, Preview, y'all got all the top agencies and management at the shows. Y'all are definitely helping people, break that unknowing of the industry, learning confidence, learning how to walk properly. I mean, Laura, I know how to walk like a female model now, thanks to just watching Laura.
It's important. We have these conversations all the time with you guys and other people as well. And whether it be like social media or your modeling career, your acting career, the one thing that it always comes back to is consistency. Consistency in getting yourself out there, maybe consistency in, preparing yourself, whatever. And so I'm no like social media person. You can get on my social media and determine that very quickly. Like I said, you'll probably like only see Pilates from me and then whatever Josh posts. But anyway, so for me, if I was to say, hey, tomorrow I want to become an influencer, the thing that would feel overwhelming for me is staying consistent with that content. So you guys are consistent. You're constantly putting, new content out there. So what are like some tips? What are some, pieces of advice that you could give us on kind of keeping that creative consistency? Because when you're doing it all the time, it's hard. I'm sure you felt burnout before. I'm sure you have like a place where you go to maybe get a little inspiration, whether that's what's trending somewhere. But what are some pointers on all that?
So if you were to tell me you wanted to be an influencer tomorrow, my first question would be, what are you passionate about? What do you love and enjoy genuinely? even if you weren't going to be paid for it? Like, what is it that lights the fire inside you that makes you want to be creative? So whether if it's fitness or beauty or music, you figure that out first, and then you study certain artists or creators that do those things, and you find a way to make it your own. I get a lot of my inspiration through experiences with my family, because we do family content. So there's a lot of crazy things that happen in this household with my parents, with our daughter. So I try to make things super relatable. And also there's TikTok that has a bunch of challenges. You can go study other people's work and again, make it your own. It's always important to do your own twist, but there's a trending sound. You can research trending sounds. As a creator, you also kind of have to be a consumer, but for the perspective of learning what's happening in the social media space. So it's hard because it's like you don't want to spend so much time on your phone when you're not working. Like whenever me and Don are working, we're focused on our phone and trying to upload and do all these things. But whenever it's family time, I try to separate that. It's like really hard as a creator and an entrepreneur to learn how to separate all of those things. But once you master that, I feel like you can accomplish so much in real life and social media life and creating. So I think honestly, the tips I would say if you want to create consistent content with staying creative is just studying. Like you were saying, you're studying, you're looking at other models, you're researching and doing all of the things that you need to do just to keep yourself going and staying creative.
And the issue is when you're trying to be an entrepreneur, honestly, even if you're working a regular job, you have to be consistent, right? If you're the general manager of Target, if you're not consistent, you're going to get fired. So it's like, to be great at everything you're doing takes consistency. And you just have to kind of that's the hardest part, I feel like, about being a creator or in the entertainment space is, one, we have to hold ourselves accountable. Luckily, me and Liane have each other. But before we were together, we were doing this before we were together, and we had to hold ourselves accountable. Now we kind of get to hold each other accountable, or Liane holds me accountable more than anything. But you have to hold yourself accountable to do these things. And what helps us a lot too is
a content
calendar. So you see what you're doing every day of the week, right? Also, instead of shooting every day, we'll pick a couple days out of the week to shoot multiple things. So that way you can kind of let it stretch, so you're not so pressed throughout the week because you've taken a couple days. And that's how you gain a little bit more freedom than everybody that's working a 9-to-5. Because now if we take 2 days out of the week and we shoot 8 videos within those 2 days, we now have a week and a half worth of content to post that we can spread out over a couple weeks. You know what I mean? So it's finding those things, and the more you start to create content and be consistent, I feel like.
No, sorry, that was
oh, she scraped my face on the screen.
That was a little
once you start to damn, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, babe.
That was messed up.
Sorry.
Once you start to do, oh yeah, no, what I was saying is how it takes they say it takes 7 days to form a habit or whatever. So after you start doing this for a week,
7 or 20.
After you start doing this for a week or two, you're gonna start to find yourself in the groove, and then it's just gonna become a regular thing for you, and you're not gonna have to overthink it so much. Nowadays, we're just so used to doing it that everything is an idea for us. We're laying down and an idea comes to us. We're watching TV, idea comes to us. We're out, if we see something happen in public, damn, that's a good idea to do a video.
And I put all of those ideas in my notes in my phone. And again, it goes to our content calendar. Okay, we have to shoot these videos. Do we need props for these videos? What outfits would look good for these videos? It's just preparation and just planning ahead.
Yeah. Do you shoot every day?
No. We usually shoot 2 to 3 days out of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, one great interview technique is to not only talk but to listen. And if you listen, Don just mentioned that they consolidate all their filming over 1 or 2 days, so they can do some 9-to-5 or not have a 9-to-5.
What? What'd you say?
What'd you say?
All right. So, hey, all right. Do you think? All right, I'm going to ask you guys this question real quick. Do you think you have to share personal content to be more relatable?
Share
Yeah, it says
post more personal content.
Yeah, so the question was, do you think you have to? Let's just let's say, post personal content to be more relatable?
I think first you should define the difference between personal content and authentic.
Yeah.
Like letting people into our real lives, right? Like let's say, for example, like if I'm just a fashion model and that's it, and on my Instagram you're saying, is it only like modeling pictures, or am I also like posting family content, stuff with my kid? Like, is that what you mean, like personal stuff?
I think, I mean, I think so. I think I would just put it as, yeah, maybe being relatable. So are you going to share personal content like that you would share with your friends maybe?
You know, when I first started doing content creation, I was focused more on the art of what I wanted to portray, what my page to be. And then my natural, like, of just doing it for so long, I start sharing my personal life. Like, hey guys, sorry I didn't get to post yesterday because this happened. And then I naturally just, you become comfortable to share more. So I don't think you don't have to force or feel like you have to, but if you feel comfortable and open enough, you can. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, you know, social media, it looks like a lot of people's lives are perfect. And a lot of the people that you follow that you can relate to are the ones that actually tell you that I'm having a bad day or this happened to me. And it's great to be authentic and real. But at the same time, you control what you want people to know as well, whatever you feel comfortable with. And it just, you know, it just depends on what you want for your page.
I think the main thing is really finding, like Liane said, that one interest that you really have and focus on creating content around that. And as you're growing, you can organically incorporate, you know, personal things. A lot of times we post more personal stuff, like our daily life, on our stories and on Snapchat. And then like on our feed, we'll keep it more content based, right?
I was laughing because I was thinking of Dawn's mom when she was trying to do like social media. And she's like, I'm going to do a cat page. It's going to be all cats. And
Hey,
all
Donnie, you think I should do a cat page?
She did it, and then all of a sudden she would post something random of like a Bible verse or like something that's completely off, and then she's like, they're unfollowing me, Donnie. I don't know why. And I'm like, because it's
like, you were starting to grow because you were posting good stuff with your cat, and then you started to post stuff not cat, and they were confused. I thought I was following a cat page.
So it's like you want to make sure your page establishes what it is.
Is this Bible quotes or is this funny cat videos? I'm confused. You know what I mean?
She's gonna do what she wants. She's like, well, you know, I wanted.
That's the hardest thing, and even for us, like, we get conflicted because we do a lot of different things, right? Like, we do music, we're actors, we do fashion, we do all these things. So that's one of the hardest things too, is like really keeping your page narrowed down. And sometimes you have to post multiple things to see what's working for your page.
Yeah.
And then once you find one thing working better than the others, then you start to narrow down to what's gaining the most attention, right? Like, there was times where we were posting music on our page and this and that, but only comedy was working for us the best. So now we keep our page mostly comedy focused, and then we find ways to organically blend in the other things with it. Fashion works well. So, you know, sometimes it's two things, sometimes it's three, but you have that one thing that really works, you stick to that.
Yeah, you know, what's working for me is music videos at the moment.
Yeah, like 90 Day, the boys band 90 Day, that's going crazy for y'all right now.
That's pretty fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Peyton doesn't like it so much, but we're having a good time.
I'm not in it, so it's fine.
He just likes to watch the ones with our abs out. All right, so let's go to the next question. Is it smart to focus on social media following as well if I want to be a sign model? Oh, this is a long question here. And growing that online, or is it smart to work on my professional work booking? You want to read this one, Peyton?
So let me get the grasp of it.
It's all over the place. I don't know what that's asking.
Yeah. So is it smart to focus on my social media following as well if I want to be sign model and growing that online? Or is it okay? I think the question is, should there be more focus on building the social media following, or should there be more focus on, you know, professional work, trying to book photo shoots, doing runway shows? So which one should you focus on? I think kind of both, but
on both.
Yeah. They kind of go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. While you're focusing on doing photo shoots and building your book and learning, be posting content that goes in alignment with that, right? Like,
Yeah.
before I went on America's Next Top Model, I was growing my social media. So when I stepped foot in these rooms, I already had an advantage out beyond what the other models had, right? Because now, yes, I'm a good model, but now I also have hundreds of thousands of followers to go alongside of it. So I'm bringing something more to the table, because having following nowadays it's a business, right? Because it's advertisement. So if you're looking at social media as advertisement and a way to make money and promote brands, then you're bringing more value. If we're both going to Calvin Klein and I have 2 million followers and you have 2 followers and we look identical, they're probably going to go with me because we look identical, plus they're getting built-in marketing with my followers. So you have to approach building a following alongside of whatever else you're doing, because it's only going to amplify whatever else you're doing in this time, in this day and age.
Yeah. All right. So Liane, iPhone photo versus professional. What do you prefer?
I prefer iPhone because I've noticed that a lot of the professional photos, the engagement is different. I feel that people can relate to iPhone photos more. I think there's a time and a place for professional photos when you want to do headshots, when you want to do a family photo portraits, depending on the occasion. But a lot of my iPhone photos, especially the iPhone now, it's so high quality. I do everything on my iPhone. A lot of the apps that you have access to as well for editing apps, even videos, the iPhone is everything. Like it's all I've used my entire social media career. And photographers, we hire videographers here and there, but I feel like a lot of people gravitate to more of an organic post from your phone than a high quality camera. It's just more relatable.
I've been trying to get Peyton on that. He's still on that BlackBerry. So
I would enjoy a BlackBerry right now.
We have a question to answer.
I would really enjoy that.
He's playing the worm game the whole time.
I'm down for it. Take all the notifications away. Take all the photos away. I am down for the BlackBerry.
Yeah, this kind of goes into this next question. Kind of goes into what you were saying, Don. As an example, does my social media following matter to an agency that would be looking to sign me in the future?
Well, I'll interrupt real quick first, since we talked about it a little bit. But at the last probably 2 or 3 events that we had in LA, she's not gonna care that I'm calling her out. We had multiple, agents and managers that came up to us and were like, hey, we'd really like you guys to focus more on the social media with your clients, blah, blah, blah. And in particular, April Baker at Magnitude Entertainment was like, please let me speak to your clients before coming to the event. Let me tell them about how this whole social media thing, can help this path that they're going on. Let me tell them from my perspective. And so finally, I think last Monday, just for our clients that are coming out to the next couple of events, she came on and did a session with everyone, and they talked heavily about social media. And, it's not the end all, but it's important these days. Fortunately, unfortunately, whatever, this is the world we live in. And so if you're going to play the entertainment game, you got to be cognizant of it.
You can look at it and be like, that's not fair that you have to have a lot of followers to get signed or to do this. Or you can look at it and be like, man, this is dope that I have the opportunity to take the control of my career and amplify this, right? And that's what social media is you have the opportunity to gain a mass amount of, following and supporters from the palm of your hand. And so you just have to be the one to take advantage of it, because people are getting millions of followers every day, and there's billions of people in this world. So it's just a matter of you, how you're going to look at it, right? And a lot of people are like, that's not fair that you have to have a lot of followers to get signed to an agency nowadays. But realistically, you're only helping yourself, because by gaining a larger following, you're only adding more value to yourself. So yes, you can model, you can get with an agency, you can do jobs without a following. I know a ton of models that are doing a lot of work and they have a small following. So don't be discouraged if you don't, but focus on building a following because it helps you so much in all categories. You can make money, you can make millions of dollars with a large following. You can do a lot of things with a large following. So definitely focus on growing your following. And Liane's gonna be talking about it more this week, next week, right? At your thing. Like,
yes,
in a
Liane
deeper
is
topic.
coming to
Next
the
Friday.
Hollywood production next week, which that's crazy. It's next week.
We never have enough time.
Yeah, and if you're watching this and you want to figure out more information about preview models or auditioning or any of our live events or our virtual events, if we can put something in the comments that take them directly to how to audition, can we do that, Peyton?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great.
We can
And
have
also,
you a link there.
I'd like to pin something. I'd like to pin something. What do we want to pin for you guys? The journal, the YouTube. Like, let's pin something else too for Dawn and Liane on these. So we have it.
Pin our website because we got some dope glow in the dark skeleton sets out right now for Halloween.
I've seen those. I've seen those. I love all your videos with Zaya, man. I think they're just so cute. Yeah, you guys are blessed. You guys are blessed. Yeah.
But what is y'all's email? You got to tell everybody.
It's benjaminbrand.shop is our website. benjaminbrand.shop, and we got a ton of dope clothing and products on there. We got the journals on there, our books. We got some children books,
accessories. This is the new mug I just launched. This is a campfire mug. It says manifest on my lipstick. Manifest it. It has affirmations. This is a daily reminder. So it's really, we have a lot of great stuff.
Can we read those to Peyton real quick? Let me see. Put those up. I got to read his affirmations. Peyton, I am blessed. I am confident. I am worthy. I'm at peace. I am motivated. I am choosing happiness. I am destined for greatness. That's a great mug. I love it.
All of a sudden, it feels really hot.
It's a good size too. I love a nice, good size mug.
Yes.
It's good. It's perfect for your new what's it called?
Coffee machine?
Yeah. What's it called again? Nespresso. Your new Nespresso.
Yeah. I've been making that.
Have you tried the agave with the almond milk yet? Have you tried that?
No, I have to do that. I have to get some agave.
Telling you. All right.
Agave spikes your insulin a little bit too high. Just stick with something else, like maple syrup or honey.
Okay.
Nothing I do is ever right. Nothing. All right. All right. So, Dawn and Liane, how are you guys able to stay poised and focused on your goals in a space/industry that can be overwhelming? I think we talked about it, but mainly organization, content calendar. What else would you say to that?
I think our faith in God, faith in our and trust in ourselves and our capabilities and just our passion to be creative, you know what I mean? And knowing that all things always end up usually happening for the greater good as long as you stay consistent with it. So for us, it's never really a matter of if, it's more so a matter of when, and that's always kind of been our outlook at it. And it usually ends up happening like that. It usually ends up happening in due time for us. You just got to stay consistent.
I think for me too, a lot of prayer, what is your me time? It's really important to separate yourself because sometimes your mind can get so busy and overwhelmed. We forget to take care of ourselves. Do you like working out, going on a hike? What is it that can quiet your mind to refocus and recharge so you can get back in and be motivated and inspired? So I think having those moments, whether if it's on Sundays or midweek, or going out with your friends and grabbing lunch, I think all those things are so important that we implement in our lives on our daily schedule. Honestly, we're parents now, so I feel like we're always on the go and busy, and we always try to find our peace in the chaos, I guess, that we're always going through with life. Things happen. But like Dawn said, at the end of the day, everything happens for the greater good, and you just have to believe that and have faith in yourself and know that everything happens for a reason and that you're capable to do anything that you set your mind to. So.
And also surrounding yourself with like-minded people, right? You can't reach your goals if you're hanging out with people that don't believe in you or are negative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to get nowhere in life. Like you
Just
have
give them
to,
this mug. So here you go.
you know what I mean? Hand them a mug. You
I'm
like
buying Peyton one of those.
gotta be around.
Every morning.
You need positive energy to keep bringing more positive
Yes.
energy into your life.
And by shifting your
Agreed.
mindset really quick, though, is gratitude. I feel like every
And
time
if you
we
don't
go
have
through
a mug or a
things-
journal, you just ain't gonna make it.
Think
So
about-
you need the mug.
Have we mentioned the brand shop?
If you don't go to the website right now, like just not gonna,
BenjaminBrand.shop.
you're not being consistent, and it's not paying.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
You have to show
All right.
consistency by purchasing something on our website.
All right. Let's get into this. We got about 10 minutes left. So this is let's kind of go with I'm gonna get Peyton's take on this and then Don. Does location matter when signing with an agency? I'm assuming. I'm equal distance from LA and San Diego and don't know which to pick. Well, you should definitely pick LA. But you want to talk about that, Peyton, first?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the agencies have become a little bit more accommodating for people being and living in other cities. That doesn't mean that you're maybe not going to have to go to that major city that agency is in, at least for, a chunk of time here and there. But it's not an end all, just like I see the question lower down, just like not having a following is, the end all to getting signed. Ultimately, this business is a business. And so it's all about finding agencies to work with you. And, if they think that you can make them money, then, and you feel like they can make you money, then you figure out how to work together. If that means that you're not leaving Nashville, like, some of the people that we work with on our celebrity team, then that might be okay. But you might have to go out every once in a while. You might have to do virtual tapings. You might have to do things like that. So that's kind of my answer to that.
Okay. And Don, thinking about signing in Los Angeles and San Diego, which would we pick and why?
I mean, I'm not really sure what agencies.
I'm not sure what's in San Diego for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, again, man, if you want to be in the mix, of course, times are changing. You don't necessarily have to be living in the main markets no more. It's a lot of online taping. It's a lot of online castings. But there's a lot more opportunities in LA, in New York, in Miami, in these major markets, Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, you're just going to find more opportunities being in the major markets. Like, I can living in LA, I can go out to Hollywood and go to a dinner and run into a casting agent or somebody that owns the brand, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can stumble into an opportunity a lot easier living in LA or New York than if I live in Wyoming. You know what I mean? I can't just go downtown and run into somebody like that. So if I get hit up to go to an audition or go to a meeting somewhere in Beverly Hills, if I don't live here, I'm going to have to try to figure out and book a flight and see how it works. So living in the major markets always helps you. I was 19 when I moved to LA from Minnesota because I knew that I had to be living in LA to pursue my dreams in this entertainment industry. I knew that it wasn't going to happen for me living in Minnesota. Like, that just wasn't realistic. So, but some people are like, well, I have to be here for X amount of reasons. But ultimately, the major markets, you're going to find more opportunities. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, Los Angeles all the way. I don't even know what major agencies are in San Diego. Are there any? I don't think there's really any.
They got the Padres agency.
And they lost. All right. So what if you are affiliated with an organization, etc., pageants? Are we less likely to be signed due to contracts? Peyton, I'm going to give you that because we're talking about contracts. And we can talk about let's give our 2 cents on signing contracts with agencies or pageants or organizations.
Yeah, so organization is very broad, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about. However, pageants are not broad, so I know that. So I'm 99% sure that your pageant contract is not going to have anything to do in terms of interfering or getting in the way of an agency or management contract. The only way that your pageantry contract might is if for some reason there's a mother agency connected with a pageant. I've never seen this before, but this would be something. It would be like, hey, I'm going to put you in this pageant show, or I'm going to put you in these pageants, but I'm also going to be your modeling like mother agent, which means that agency is kind of the agency that has found you and developed you and kind of will get a cut no matter where you go, or helps place you around the world. We have lots of YouTube videos on just that if you want to know more about that. So that's the only way that I would think that being affiliated with the pageant would get in the way. What's most likely going to get in the way more is kind of and not to talk bad on pageants, but the skills and how you walk and the things that you learn to prepare yourself as a pageant person, that might hinder you a little bit more. We might have to like strip that down a little bit, because I've known multiple pageant girls that have transitioned over to modeling, fashion modeling, and it wasn't the easiest thing, but it's doable. So I'd be more concerned about that versus your contract.
Okay. And I have a casting this weekend, H&M Runway. What should I prepare? So Dawn, how do you prepare for a big runway show? What's your preparation like going into a big weekend? I think they're nervous. Like, what do we do? How do we prepare for a big runway show?
Man, I usually like eat some chocolate cake and like drink a ginger ale.
These are things he does, really.
Flourless chocolate cake.
Flourless chocolate cake, ginger ale, watch some football, and then I get up and go.
Things that calm you and make your tummy.
Honestly, though, like to be all like seriously, like I've always like you just have to, once you have a certain confidence in yourself and you know that like this is what you do and you've been practicing and you're ready for it, like it's just kind of like another day, right? So I used to be so nervous to go on auditions and castings, and until I got myself to a point to where I was like, I know that I'm good at what I do. I know that I'm on point. Like I'm giving them me, this is what I am, and I'm going to go and deliver. And it's kind of, like I just reassure myself that I'm good at what I do. And then I get to the show and it's easy, of course, like, I don't know if this is a female or a guy asking this, because we talk about this a little bit when we're at preview. It's a little bit trickier for women because if y'all are in heels, you can, trip. Guys don't fall as much as girls because we're wearing flat shoes. But again, practice. Tell yourself you got it. You're good. If you got to do breathing, meditation to like calm yourself down, and then go knock it out. Just know that it's yours. Claim it. Claim it's going to be easy and smooth, and you got it.
Thank you. I'm filming tomorrow. I'm going to put that into my notes before I start. Be good. Good.
You filming another video or what?
Well, no. I'm shooting for something all week out here in New York. So I'm here all week, but it's been kind of nice. We've been doing a lot of virtual stuff, virtual auditions for preview models. So I've actually been home, which has been great. I was home like all weekend, got to do some normal things. I felt great. So it was good.
That's
nice.
So exciting.
Okay, so been trying to build up my YouTube channel. Would you guys mind recording with us in LA? Well, yeah. So we'll have to see what you got going on your YouTube channel, and we'll.
Well, you read the question wrong.
Did
what
I?
It says is that would you guys mind us recording? They were not interested in recording anything with you. Yeah, they were just wanting to record at the event.
You want to record at the event?
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering. Would you mind us? Would you mind us recording in LA? Not would you mind us recording with you in LA?
Are we talking about recording like while you're at the show? Is that what we're talking about? Like while they're there recording the process? Is that what you're getting out of that question?
That's what I'm getting out of it. Yes.
Maybe they're asking if we can approve them filming any content in our city, since this is my city. We can shoot in LA. I don't care.
Oh man. All right. Are there boundaries with recording our experience?
That's
I'm planning
the
to do the
question.
same.
These people are going to see us next week. So no, there's no boundaries other than just making sure that you don't talk to me before like 10:30 in the morning. Other than that, you can do whatever that you want.
It's going to be a crazy event. But so I would just want to say thank you, Liane and Dawn, for coming. We appreciate your guys' time. Yeah, love you guys. And looking forward to seeing you guys next week in LA and doing this. It's going to be a crazy event. If you're coming to the production in LA, Liane is going to be there doing a class, and Dawn's going to be there as well. So make sure that you email the administration, let them know, hey, I want to work with Liane and Dawn. They got some really good information about the industry, which they really do. And so it's a great class. You definitely want to be a part of that. So Peyton, thank you for your time and joining us today. Appreciate you like always. You look so handsome today with that big smile.
I only do my best.
You have really great hair, Peyton. Your hair looks so good and full.
Yeah, everybody always asks, what do you do? And it's like, you know, it's literally the dirt. Like I said, I have not, like, water has not touched my body since this morning after Pilates class. And
water has not touched that body this week.
It's you know what, the way
I'm wondering what that room smells like at this point. I'm wondering what that room smells like now.
Yeah, luckily we've been doing nothing but virtuals for a week.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for you guys today. Thank you guys all for joining us. This is going to be on our YouTube channel, so you guys can check it out later. But we appreciate everybody, and we'll see you on the next live. Thank you guys.
Sir.
Thank you.
Peace out.